A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have to come clean right away, guys. I literally have recorded a video, and during the process of uploading it, I discovered that my microphone was off. Yay! So that is the reason why we are a little bit late, ladies and gentlemen. But doesn't matter. Still, even though it's late, bringing you your crypto breakfast this time in good quality and with good sound. So let's go, guys. I think it has been really amazing. Personally, I am very happy with the price progression, and not for the reason. The reason for this is that. Not so that I get excited because Bitcoin is getting more volatile or anything of the sort. Because on this channel you have seen now us literally doing like some quality analysis and lots of work to be done within the really tight range and one of the lowest liquidity points for a long time on Bitcoin. But for me, it's just refreshing that we've now starting to progress to a new section of the chart. It's just a little bit of a fresh wind, so that's why I'm happy about what Bitcoin is doing right now. Whether that is up or down doesn't really matter. But we did have some progression. We have completely slayed this local range over here over the last 2 weeks or so. Like literally, it's been pretty spot on. Not going to lie. Maybe a little bit of a shoulder tap. Why not? Because we have pretty much analyzed every single move before it happened. And once again, the latest move was that we had the short over here and we had the full rotation. Me then being interested in a long over here, doing the video. Explaining that I expect a further drop to the downside unless we start reclaiming an intraday level, which is called the VWAP. And would you just look at that, ladies and gentlemen? One more thing that you now see in this video live. This is on the BitGet exchange, and we can now just see proven in front of our eyes that these levels are just extremely well respected, and that is really what counts. What other people think about the tools that you use or what other people say about it, it doesn't matter. The data here is right in front of you. It works just as well as on Bybit, which was my previous exchange, and that gives me that just gives me like the data that I need to trade on this exchange with confidence. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. In the video, I literally said, like, okay, I want to see that VWAP being reclaimed. Otherwise, I kind of expect a little bit more of a drop to the downside, potentially a break of this range. Now, would you look at that? Never reclaimed it, and we got our rejection, and ultimately we broke out of this channel. Giving us a new progression on the chart. Now, this should not necessarily be a big surprise to you if you already are watching this video, this series for a while now. You probably are already aware on what is going to come next. Personally, just for a little disclaimer, I did not short this because that simply does, I would class that as a local breakout, and that does not suit my trading style. So I have not shorted the breakout in this case. Neither have I shorted the VWAP either. And that is because of the fact that ultimately I was looking for a long trade, trading this range. So I'm not going to short at support. As simple as that. Could I have scalped this? Yes, I could have, but I didn't. Full disclaimer here, guys. If you did, by the way, then I would definitely say, like, if you keep your management in check, it is a great trading idea. And as a matter of fact, speaking of which, let's also give some credit to you guys, because the competition going really well. I can definitely see people are really going at it. People making some profits, people really like putting their knowledge to the test, and the results are showing. So shout out to you guys. This is really nice to see and makes me very happy as well. All right, now let me really quickly talk about what I'm looking for today. So what am I looking for today? I'm going to do this slightly differently. I'm going to look at the local price section, and then I'm going to scale up a little bit, because there has been a recent development since yesterday that I think we should be aware of. So pretty much at the moment, exactly the same situation as yesterday, really. We are now, sorry, I completely forget the fact that we've broken out of the channel. And of course, if you have been following the series, then you know what I'm looking for next. But if you haven't, then allow me to show you. We are now just simply trading the bigger channel, right? We are now scaling up from the smaller one into the bigger one. And that is where it now brought us to a more or less of a support level. I'm not overly excited about this low personally, because first of all, it happened in the middle of the night, so even if I wanted to take it, I probably wouldn't have, because I was simply asleep. And I do need my rest, you know. Don't lose your sleep, by the way, if you're trading. It's very unhealthy and unsustainable, so, you know, I'm very disciplined in that, unless, you know, in very specific situations. But this is not really that big of a deal, to be honest. And the reason why I don't really like this low just yet, because I really would like this low to be tested, and with that, you know, the technicals a little bit more well respected. Now, I am aware that I said previously that, okay, recently we have been front running some levels. Yes, that's definitely true. So this could be the low. However, at the moment, I simply don't think so, because we simply have the exact same situation as yesterday, where we drop into support like this, bounce, take out the low, another bounce, find local resistance, and then break. Right? Now, let's just literally copy that to current price section. Drop, bounce, drop, taking out this low, bounce, maybe, and maybe we then get the drop, right? So at the moment, there is a few ways how I can look to trade this. In terms of day trading, I'm simply going to, for now, look to see what we're going to do here at this local range, where I could be looking to simply trade this local range for the day. I think it's decent. It's not too big, not too small. It's a 2% range really, so it's kind of suited for day trading. We might as well just stay here for a little while longer, where I could be looking to potentially short this and simply trade it literally to the bottom side of the range once again. I do want to wait a little bit just to see what happens over here, because I said that we are overall at support. Similar situation as here. However, this range is just a bit bigger, and therefore just a little bit more suitable for day trading, which is what I'm going to look for. However, at the moment, I simply think we have more lower levels to come, where I'm looking for the bottom of the channel, which is where I'm very interested in taking a trade. However, and this is where we have to scale up in time frame, there are a few things that you really need to be aware of. And the most important thing is, if we zoom out to, let's say, the daily time frame, we now do have a new information presented to us in the market, which is our volume levels over here. You can now see that since very, very long time, literally since the 18th of March, we now have had a daily candle close below the value area low, meaning that volume-wise, we have now lost this range. So this is now starting to become, this is actually quite big resistance currently. Not only that, but this is also once again where we have, you know, local analysis with higher time frame analysis lining up with each other, because the channel that we yesterday broken out of, you know, this is simply the low of the channel, right? So you could be simply looking at, this is now simply resistance. And once again, that would be the top of the old range. And at the same time, I would say this channel is becoming a little bit redundant right now. So actually, I am going to remove it right now. And the reason for that is because I already have the midline of this channel, which was the bottom line of the old channel anyway, makes my chart a little bit more cleaner. So this is what I'm going to use now, right? So we have literally 26,756, one of the biggest levels currently locally that we really need to reclaim. And with that, we can reclaim the range. So until then, I think Bitcoin is starting to to tread in murky waters a little bit. Now, does that scare me? No, definitely not. Because you have seen it. I have already have my plans ready, and I already know exactly what I'm looking for. However, because of this new progression, I do think it makes sense to just start just in the event it happens. We do want to be aware of some levels that are below us, right? So let's say we do not do anything, we instead just break out over here, then I'm simply going to look for the next best level where I can potentially look for a bounce to occur. And that for me would simply be on the 786 Fibonacci level, which is set at 25,443. And to be fair, it's going to be a little bit of a region over here, 25,200 to 25,000, let's say 500, just to make it nicely rounded. And that 786 level marks out that previous consolidation area, but also that 25,200 level marks out literally the top of this insanely long high time frame macro range that we have been in for a long time. So that could potentially give us a back test. For day trading and scalping, I think it's going to be a good level to look for a reaction from. And with that, I'm taking into account that this can happen before we get a bounce. And that is why I'm really going to look very strongly for the reaction that we're going to see at the lows. I'm going to use order flow for that, and just see what happens. But anyway, so the first level that I'm really interested in is over here. And then the next place coming up literally is this white box. Now, should we get a much bigger drop than that, then simply I'm going to look for lower levels, with the first level coming in at 24,552, which is the bottom of this older consolidation range over here. So, and I think with that, we have a pretty strong plan in front of us, laid out pretty much like what can we expect, what are we looking for, and why are we doing things, which is the most important things. So keep in mind, guys, I'm not giving signals of any sort. Any example of trade setups that I'm showing you are merely an attempt to let you follow along with my train of thought. So that you can learn, make your own decisions. And that is what the reason why I'm doing all of this. Plan is made, levels are known. Now all we need to do is simply keep our calm, make sure that we don't overposition, and simply execute the trade. As I always say, plan the trade, trade the plan. And with that, we're gonna see each other again tomorrow in the next episode. Running a little bit out of words to say. Oh yeah, that's the last thing that I wanted to say, by the way, guys. I've noticed that it's amazing that so many of you are viewing my videos. I would also really be grateful if you can like the video, because that's going to help me and the channel just massively. It's a very little effort that I'm asking for you guys. A small request from me to you guys. Thank you ever so much, and see you in the next episode. Cheers, guys.